In my opinion, the best gun in Cyberpunk is the SPT-32 Grad. I've upgraded it a little bit. There's the scope that came with it, and I've put a couple of mods on it. Now, the reason I think this is the best gun in the game is because you can combine it with hacking, and then you can use the ping quick hack to see where everyone is, and just use this gun to shoot them all through the wall. As you can see, it shoots through pretty much anything. You don't need particularly high level with the hack-in in order to do the ping quick hack, and you don't need to upgrade your skill level particularly to be able to shoot through stuff like this with the gun either. It's just a case of actually getting your hands on one of these guns. You need a reasonable level before you can get to anywhere where you can get one. This particular one I got from, I believe it's one of the police side missions after taking out a load of people for the police. One of the snipers there had one, that's where I got this one. And as you can see, because these people actually do not have line of sight, they're not actually coming to attack me either. Only the ones that are very close seem to be aggroed when you actually fire the gun. It's only got 4 shots though, you've got to reload after 4 shots. The reload time's pretty long, you can get caught out while you're reloading, and of course there's a bit of a time delay between shots as well.
He got me!
Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to see the crosshair, as you'll be able to see here in a second. So look at this guy out the window, and there's quite a lot of sun behind him, yeah, so you can't really see the crosshair. It'd be nice if I could change the colour of the crosshair, but it still doesn't really matter too much. And it's pretty good at no-scoping as well, those close range shots. And it'll get 2 people at the same time, as you saw there, if they're overlapping each other. It's just shooting people that are moving around a lot at close range that can be difficult, as you can see there. But just go for the close range no scope and you'll still get away with it. Although in this particular clip here I've decided to go for the sledgehammer, which is my favourite melee weapon as well, by the way. Though I should have no scoped him with the gun. As you can see, these other enemies, because they do not have line of sight, I've not aggroed them even though I'm shooting this loud ass gun. If I was taking these guys on in a more open space, then they would probably aggro and start trying to shoot me. You can also throw a grenade down to stun an enemy just before shooting them. That's very useful when you're taking on bosses and people that you can't actually kill with one hit. Although you'll find that you can actually kill almost 95% of the enemies in this game with one headshot with this gun. And here you can see it's pretty good for counter sniping as well. I believe the most powerful gun in the game in terms of damage per second is a pistol, and a lot of the pistols and assault rifles you can automatically lock on, you don't even need to aim the gun, but for me personally I actually prefer to use my aim and aim for stuff, which is why for me this is the best gun in the game, although generally you find people saying that some of the other guns are much better. You can see my character stats here. I've upgraded the reflexes pretty high, but you don't actually need to upgrade the reflexes that high in order to take advantage of the gun like I do. You'll still be able to do that without a lot of these upgrades, but the ones that it will help the most are probably the named bullets, Savage Stoic, and the long shot. Definitely the long shot's a good one for the long range shooting, as it actually brings back some of that damage that you lose from some of the long range shots. And of course is a long range gun. Probably the best of the snipers in the game is the Overwatch, which is basically the same gun except with the silencer. You get that by completing the Pan Am missions, although I do not use the Overwatch gun myself, as enemies aggro to it even less, which makes it ridiculously overpowered, because this thing's obviously overpowered pretty good as it is. Here you can see me taking on some targets over a more open space, and you can see a lot of these targets are aggroing more than they would do when I was shooting people indoors. But still, it's not that much of a challenge with this crazy ass gun. Well, I hope you find this information useful. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Hopefully this was entertaining, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Take it easy.